G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke here, how you going? Today I'm going to be working on my pomegranate. I've done a video on this one before. I did its first initial styling, cut it back, and now it's time to wire out all the fine branches that grew since I cut it back in the last video. Also I'm going to do a little bit of carving on some of these spots in here where I've cut off some large branches when I dug it out of the ground. Probably just use a small Aussie rotary tool. Yeah, just snip off unnecessary twigging. Try and keep it down to 2 branches for each location. Yeah, that's about it. Just any crossing branches, cut them off. Then I'm going to wire it out, put a bit of shape into each of the twigs that I do keep, do a bit of grinding, and then I'll give you a final look at the tree. As you can see, we're in the middle of winter. It's just dropped its leaves here, so it's probably a good time to work on it. Fairly balmy, sort of a warm day. Sweating a bit here, got my tank top out. Not very cold in Australia during winter. It's still quite warm, really. Just cool enough for the plants to go dormant. No worries. Well, I'll get to working on it, and I'll give you a quick spin of the tree first before I do. Then I'll give you a spin at the end when it's all finished. I won't be cutting too much off this, just some of the twigging. I've already got the main sort of branches where I want them. So yeah, just the twigging, crossing branches I'll cut out, and yeah, do a bit of carving. Yeah, and that's about it. Try and get some taper in the trunk. As you can see, there's a lot of reverse taper in this trunk, but yeah, that's alright. Not ideal, but that's what happens when you grow them in the ground. Sometimes you can't, over a year when you let it grow, you can't really control the growth too easily. The only other option is to completely cut it down to one single leader and start again. But if you keep doing that often enough, you'll never end up with a tree, because you'll be cutting it down. So at some point you just got to suck it up and deal with it. And well, the reverse taper can become a bit of character for the tree. No worries. Cheers for watching, Aussie Bonsai Bloke, and I'll get into it. Cheers. Well, I haven't quite got to the carving and the wiring yet, but I just wanted to stop and have a bit of a chat while it was fresh in my mind. With the trimming, you're not just going around willy-nilly cutting back to 2 shoots per location. You've got a few things to think about while doing it. You want to create taper, so the outside of the branches get twiggier, the inside of the branches are fatter. Also, you want lots of divisions, so the branch changes direction quite regularly. Otherwise you have a long, straight, ugly bit. You don't, especially with deciduous trees, you don't want anything going down, so if possible, choose branches going up and then bend them down a bit. It gives them more of a natural look. Also, you know, insides of branches, you don't want it crossing over, so you cut the inside one off there, keep the outside one, so that the whole flow of the tree keeps going out, and just a nice flow of the tree rather than crisscrossing branches. And yeah, that just looks a bit messy. But yeah, so that's about it. It's just a bit to think about. You don't just go around cutting branches. Yeah, so you don't want 3 from each location either. That's about it. And then just keep a mind on the silhouette of the tree. I'll give you a quick spin of where I'm up to at the moment. I've done pretty much all the trimming, so there should be not too many locations now where there's 3 in any one spot. There is got a bit of one here which I'm thinking about. I've got to cut one of them off, and I don't want the front of the tree to be bare, so there's one facing towards me here, so I'm going to cut the back one off. So you don't want 3 there on the branch, because what will happen, you'll get a big knuckle and it'll get fat. So to stop that from happening, just choose one. Might even bend this one around the back there, one at the top. Yeah, so you know, you can see how they've all got their own little area, so they'll all have their own little bit of sunlight. I'll do a bit of wiring as well now, just to give them their own little area. Plus I'm going to carve. I might carve now before I wire, because when I wire I'll be covering in a lot of these spots to spread out the branches, which will make it harder to carve. So I'll probably do the carving now and then get into the wiring. Cheers! welcome back. Finished working on this tree for today. I've done the carving on it. I've trimmed back all the branches I'm going to trim back. I was going to wire out some of these little branches a bit more, but they're just that fine that you just snap them when you try and put the wire on, so I gave up on that idea. I painted some water-based wood stain on the bits that I carved out, and yeah, that's about it. So I think for the future of the tree, I'll just let it grow, trim it back in summer when it shoots, and that's about it. No worries. Cheers for watching, Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll give you a bit of a close-up, play a bit of music for you, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.